Hello friends! Did you know that there's robots on Mars and another one set to land on the 18th of February? Keep watching to find out more. Welcome back to Unicorn Reel to watch this special episode on Mars. To the ancient Romans, the planet Mars was symbolic of blood and war. But to many people today, the red planet may hold the key for a bright new future for humanity. We are going to be doing a two-part series on Mars. On this first part, we will look at the information we have about Mars so far, which we have acquired through various missions sent to Mars by NASA and other space agencies. The second part will be dedicated to the exploration and the possibilities of terraforming Mars. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun and the next planet beyond Earth. It is, on average, more than 142 million miles from the Sun. Mars turns on its axis more slowly than Earth does, so a day on Mars is approximately 24.6 hours. Since this planet is farther from the Sun than Earth, one revolution of Mars around the Sun is longer compared to Earth. So, a year on Mars is 687 Earth days. Mars is about half the size of Earth and is known as the red planet because of the iron oxide chemicals in its soil that looks like rust. Mars has two small moons. Their names are Phobos and Deimos. They are named after the sons of Ares, the Greek god of war. Mars currently has no rings. However, in 50 million years, when Phobos is expected to crash into Mars or break apart, it could create a dusty ring around the red planet. Many of us probably always wonder, what is Mars like? Mars is very cold compared to Earth. The average temperatures on Mars is around -60 degrees Celsius, way below freezing. Its surface is rocky with canyons, volcanoes, dry lake beds and craters all over. Red dust covers most of the surface. Mars has clouds and winds, just like Earth. Sometimes the wind blows the red dust into a dust storm. Tiny dust storms look like tornadoes, and large ones can be seen all the way from Earth. These large dust storms sometimes can cover the entire planet. Mars has about 1/3 of the gravity of Earth. If a rock was dropped on Mars, it would fall more slowly than a rock were to fall on Earth. A person who weighs around 100 kilograms on Earth would only weigh about 38 kilograms on Mars because of the reduced gravity. The atmosphere on Mars is much thinner than Earth's. The red planet's atmosphere contains more than 95% carbon dioxide and much less than 1% oxygen. People would not be able to breathe on Mars. So here is what we have learnt about Mars so far. No planet beyond Earth has been studied as intensely as Mars. Recorded observations of Mars dates back as far as the era of ancient Egypt, over 4,000 years ago, when they charted the planet's movements in the sky. Today, a science fleet of robotic spacecrafts study Mars from all angles. NASA has used robotic spacecrafts to learn more about Mars. In 1965, Mariner 4 flew past Mars and became the first NASA spacecraft to take a close-up image of another planet. In 1976, Viking 1 and Viking 2 were the first NASA spacecrafts to land on Mars. Both spacecrafts took images and collected scientific data on the Martian surface. Since then, several spacecrafts have orbited and some more have landed. Scientists are particularly interested in searching for clues of water. Living things need water to survive, so finding evidence that water exists or used to exist on Mars would mean that there could be or could have been life on the planet. NASA's Spirit and Opportunity rovers found evidence that water once flowed on Mars when they found minerals that could only be formed by water. NASA's Mars Global Surveyor studied the red planet for 9 years. This orbiter found that Mars once had a magnetic field just like Earth that shielded it from deadly cosmic rays. You're probably wondering, how is Mars being explored today? Currently, there are 3 NASA spacecrafts that are orbiting Mars. The spacecrafts are using scientific tools to collect information about climate, land features, the amount of radiation, and the kinds of minerals on Mars. The Mars Odyssey holds the record for the spacecraft orbiting a planet for the longest time. It arrived in October 2001. On the ground, the Curiosity rover and the InSight lander are studying the Martian surface. Curiosity has been studying the planet since 2012 and is the largest rover ever sent to another planet. The InSight lander arrived in November 2018. It studies the interior of the planet and measures Marsquakes, which are like earthquakes on Mars. The future exploration of Mars has the ultimate goal to send humans to explore the red planet. But first, the space agency plans to send more robots. The Perseverance rover is carrying a small helicopter that will land in February 2021. This rover has a tool that will try making oxygen, just like a tree does. It will inhale some of the large amounts of carbon dioxide on Mars and exhale oxygen. This kind of tool could help prepare for when humans first visit the planet. Astronauts will need oxygen for breathing and for fuel. A small helicopter named Ingenuity will disconnect from the rover and see if it can fly by itself around Mars. If this works, NASA could build other helicopters like it to help explore the planet further. While the main goal of the Perseverance rover is to look for signs of ancient life, it will be the first spacecraft to collect samples from the Martian surface. Perseverance will do this by collecting rocks and soil from the surface. The rover will store these until a future mission can go to Mars to bring the samples back to Earth. This will be the first time that samples from another planet could be brought back to Earth for scientists to touch and study. After robots have explored the red planet and brought back soil samples, NASA wants to send astronauts there. NASA is researching new kinds of homes where astronauts can live. Scientists are studying how people living in space can grow plants for food. To find out how living in space affects humans, NASA studies what happens to astronauts on the International Space Station. They will use this information to plan human trips to Mars. Robotic explorers like Perseverance have long served as pathfinders to get humans into space, to the moon, and eventually to the surface of the red planet. Scientists don't expect to find living things currently thriving on Mars. Instead, they're looking for signs that may have existed a long time ago, when Mars was warmer and covered with water. That's all for today, everyone. In our next episode, we will try to find out if one day we can go and live there. Mars. Could it be the planet of our dreams? If you already haven't subscribed, please do so to Unicorn Reel on YouTube and Facebook. Until then, everyone, don't forget to keep look up